Hello, everyone. I'm Jaye. Salute to everyone here. I want to talk about a 17-year-old girl by the name of Kristen Michael. She reportedly lost her life after she was hit with a stray bullet from an 18-year-old and a 16-year-old that was shooting at a car that she was in. You know, she was only in the car because she decided to catch a ride home from a basketball game. And the perpetrator of it was someone who was on the football team, right? That on the high school that she went to. He is a senior. He was going to be a walk-on at the University of Arkansas State. And now he's in jail and he's probably never getting out. Now, the perpetrator of this particular crime, his name is Kevion Davis. He's 18. He is a high school senior, and this is another part of the story that is very tragic, which is absolutely tragic. See, Kevion Davis is a promising athlete. He was going to walk on at the University of Arkansas State. As a matter of fact, let me show y'all his decision post that he put on his Twitter page. As you can see here, you can see that's the graphic that a lot of these high school recruits put up. That's his name, Kevion Davis. And he says, first, I want to thank God for giving me this opportunity to play next level ball. I never thought I would be here today to sign with only playing 4 out of the 14. But I believe in God and those blessings came. Next, I want to thank my coaches for putting their time into developing me into the man and player I am today. And I want to thank my mom for always being there for me and believing in me. Lastly, I want to thank my teammates and friends for showing me what it was like to be a part of something bigger than myself. With all that being said, for the next 3 to 4 years, I will be taking my talent to Arkansas State University. This is his commitment post that he put on social media of him attending the University of Arkansas State. But as of this particular situation now, he is behind bars and he's going to be there for quite some time unless something new develop and is proven that he wasn't the perpetrator. He was arrested because he was the perpetrator. Could have been the wrong place, wrong time. Him and a 16-year-old teammate was also arrested. And this is sad because you had one promising young lady here, Kristen, and then you have another promising young man in Kevion. One's no longer here and one's going to be spending an incredible amount of time behind bars. It's just a sad story. It really is. And this is where we are, especially in the black community. People are committing crimes for literally nothing. Like, absolutely, there's no reason to be committing these crimes. Why would you take a weapon? You're mad at the people in the car. So instead of settling your grievances with the people in the car, you just shoot at the car indiscriminately? Like, I just don't understand this. Like, why? What would make this guy who has a promising future make such a stupid decision? Now, I know we all get emotional at times, we get upset, but see, the problem is when you don't channel that emotion the right way, you end up making the wrong decisions. You end up making the wrong decisions. And ultimately, his decision has cost him his freedom, his promising football career, all because of getting too emotional and deciding that you want to go and basically shoot up a car with other people in there that you didn't have issues with. This is where we are. And we see so many things like this. People randomly getting hit or losing their lives due to people just shooting indiscriminately. This should not be happening, but it is. And this young lady is no longer here because he got into his feelings and he just had to go and do what he did. This is where we are. This is what happens when you have no logic and no common sense anymore. But let's get into the story. We're going to read from the Daily Mail. Aspiring model and straight A student lost their life while driving home from Tennesse basketball game. 2 teen boys were charged with the crime and for striking another who was 13 who was in the car. Kristen Michael, 17, was driving back with 3 other teens from the away game at Ripley High in Tennessee on Friday when she lost her life. 2 teen suspects, 18-year-old Kevion Davis and 16-year-old Bishop Owens, have been arrested and charged with her death. Cops have confirmed both, along with Michael, were students at Haywood High. A teenage girl lost her life after attending a high school basketball game with friends, and 2 other fellow classmates are now facing charges. Kristen Michael was 17, was driving back with 3 other teens from the away game Friday when the incident happened. Michael, who had been a promising student with aspirations to be a model, oh boy, was struck in the back and lost her life, while another passenger, unnamed 13-year-old, was also struck and injured. The 2 teenage suspects, 18-year-old Kevion Davis and 16-year-old Bishop Owens, have since been arrested and charged with the death. Cops have confirmed both are students at Haywood High, where Michael was class president. The suspected gunmen, both members of the school's football team, according to police, are now facing charges of the first-degree murder of Michael, as well as 3 counts of attempting murder due to there being 4 people in the car. So that's not good at all. During the incident, the driver and the other passenger were not injured. So it lets you know he was aiming somewhere. And if he was aiming at the driver, you didn't get nowhere near the driver. All right. Residents are now mourning Michael, who reportedly had a 4.0 GPA and had no apparent ties to her alleged killers, despite attending the same high school. Providing an update to their investigation on Monday, cops in Haywood County said they had yet to glean a motive for the incident and that Michael had no connection to whatever sparked the incident. Speaking to reporters and concerned members of the community, Haywood County Sheriff Billy Garrett revealed that Michael caught a ride home with several unnamed teens who they believe were the perpetrator's true targets. He said Michael was a good kid who got caught in the crossfire, and added that a potential motive, I can tell you that it's just a group of young people who were angry at each other for whatever reason. And the only way they knew, or the best way they knew to solve the problem, was to grab weapons and solve it. And that's not the answer, Garrett said. 2 days earlier, Garrett's department tracked down Davis to his residence at 668 Bell Street in Brownsville and arrested the high school senior. The teenage suspect, who announced that he was a walk-on commit to Arkansas State University in a post on social media in December, was then booked into Haywood County Jail, where he was held with no bond on the first-degree murder charges. Less than 2 hours later, Haywood County cops descended on the home of the other suspect, 16-year-old Owens, who they were able to arrest with the help from the Brownsville Police Department. This is just sad to me. It really is. Davis was arraigned Monday with his case handed over to the state's attorney general. Online records indicate that Davis also plays basketball at Haywood High, though it's unclear if he was playing in Friday's game that led up to the incident. A Twitter account belonging to Davis published a post boasting of attention he had been receiving from various college scouts over the course of his senior year. I swear it's been a blessing. I have different colleges hitting me up every day, even though my season ended in week 4 by a torn ACL, the team wrote on December 3rd, 2022. Owens, meanwhile, due to his age, is being held in detention by juvenile court officials and is facing the same charges as Davis. He also is being held without bond. Cops continue to probe what spurred the incident. Residents and relatives have been left to make sense of the tragedy and are mourning a minor who likely had a bright future. I think both had a bright future. Not to take away from her, but I think they both did. But one destroyed the future of another and himself. They robbed me of my child. They took my baby. They robbed me I'll never have grandchildren by her. Tiffany Michael, the girl's mother, told local outlet WREG Monday. The victim's classmate said Michael had helped influence her start fighting for better grades due to her dedication at school, as well as her drive to one day pursue a career in modeling. She was smart. She had goals. Welch told Fox 13 she talked about how she wanted to be a model. She wanted to be a CNA. She wanted to have a good life. Sheriff Garrett added the incident had took the life of Kristen Michael Friday night will forever change the lives of great many people. Our heartfelt condolences go out to the Michael family during this extremely difficult time, and we want to support and uplift them as they work through the pain that this tragedy has brought to their family. Despite the severe nature of the incident, classes at Haywood High resumed as normal Monday. Sheriff Garrett and Haywood County School and Superintendent Amy Marsh assured students that counseling would be available to those affected by the incident. In a statement, Michael was described as a promising student who had tremendous plans for the future. And it's sad because of one dumb decision by one highly emotional male has ruined this. It's like, what was the point? Like, what did you really think you were going to get away with this? Did you really think that you would get away from doing what you did, sir? You got a guy that's potentially has the opportunity to go to college and he squanders it because he wants to look real. He wants to look tough in these streets. But looking tough in the streets will get you nowhere. It will get you put directly into the prison system. And you don't want to be there. I don't understand this obsession with these males by being in these streets. You're a basketball player. You're a football player. You're not a street dude. And the fact that this happened when this didn't have to happen, it just shows me that, you know, these guys want to be what they see these rappers are. They want to live the lifestyle. They want to be in these streets and be an athlete at the same time. You can't be both. You can't be a street dude and you can't be an athlete at the same time. You're going to have to choose one. You're going to have to choose one. But, you know, I guess, you know, they don't want nobody disrespecting them. Well, now look at your situation, sir. Look at where it's gotten you. Two lives, not only are two promising Black people's lives destroyed, families are destroyed. Her family, his family. It's an overall bad situation. This is why we need to bring logic and common sense back to the conversation, because without it, we're a very lost society, and we're starting to lose more and more every single day. So let me stay in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see y'all next one.